So I saw this, at least this headline from Flash, and I saw the article and didn't go much further into that, but IndieWire doesn't think Amazon could take Wednesday from Netflix, and I disagree. I disagree. The MGM right now is owned by Amazon. The deal went through in spring, and just because the deals were made beforehand doesn't mean the deal for at least season 1 was made beforehand. Doesn't mean season 2 deals can be changed around. Ideas can be altered. Plans can be changed depending on how the deal was formatted. I don't know the deal. Just that's just how things work. Just because MGM, who wasn't owned by Amazon at the time, had the deal set in stone doesn't mean because season 2 is rolling around, deals get formatted or whatever, Amazon could just say, no, we're not going to give it to you. Amazon could just say, oh, we're going to take this because it's such a popular show. So I don't fully agree with IndieWire's reasoning here, and especially when you get into it here. On Monday, we know lots of days here. The Independent reported that Netflix's hit Addams Family spinoff Wednesday could be leaving the streaming giant in favor of Amazon's property like Prime Video for season 2. We are here to assure fans that the idea is about as far-fetched, as a severed hand that walks itself around. Why is it so far-fetched? Well, they say it's so far-fetched because, come right down here, the Wednesday deal between Netflix and MGM were locked in long before Amazon purchased MGM. A person with knowledge of the situation told IndieWire for the story. Well, prior to them being sold off and prior to new management and new people being kind of involved and different IPs being in the hands of a different company, the deal was already laid out. Hammered out all the way through, we have this amount of time. I don't know what the MGM Netflix contract looked like. Was it just one season? Every season we got to go through us to get renewed? What was that deal? So you saying that, hey, the deal between Netflix and MGM were locked in long before Amazon purchased MGM doesn't mean a whole lot. Especially when you're getting reports from, I get it, this is from Warner Brothers' side, Zaslav is reevaluating a bunch of deals that the old regime kind of put into place, that the old guard put into place and kind of secured, and reevaluating what they're looking at. Because there's a lot of things over on Amazon that Warner Brothers gives them, not Amazon, and Netflix, that Warner Brothers gives them. Basically, the entire CW catalog's over on Netflix. Once the show ends on CW, it goes straight to Netflix. And Zaslav's reevaluating all those deals. So it's not a far-fetched idea to see Amazon Prime reevaluate maybe the MGM deals. Now, there's certain MGM deals that are off the table. There's the Rings of Power MGM, which is Lord of the Rings and MGM. That's all sorts of crazy over there. We're not even touching that. We're talking about Addams Family here. It's not out of the realm of possibility that deals get reevaluated, reassessed, and maybe it's not season 2 maybe the show doesn't leave. Okay, maybe it doesn't move at all, but it's not far-fetched, especially when you skip over this where they say Netflix and Amazon didn't comment, but your whole thing kind of blows up when you say, obviously a show jumping ship from one linear TV network to another, or from one streamer to another, is not completely unprecedented, even in the case of successful shows. I could think of a couple shows that actually went from terrestrial to Amazon. The Expanse, for example. I can think of another from Cartoon Network to Netflix was Star Wars The Clone Wars. Oh, and where did Star Wars The Clone Wars get its final season? Disney Plus. Because of Lucasfilm and all their moves. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for, even you say it here, it's obviously not out of the realm of possibility for these things to jump around. It's not out of the realm of possibility for Amazon Prime and Amazon to possibly look at the MGM deal. Say, this show's very popular, and you guys haven't really renewed it for a season 2 yet. Maybe we'll just take it. Maybe we'll be in charge of it now because Addams Family is our property. Without knowing the whole Wednesday Netflix deal, we don't know if that's even out of the realm of possibility. And yes, Amazon did close its deal to acquire MGM for $8.5 billion last spring and will look to make the most of all its library and content in ways that hadn't been utilized before. The Independent story even notes that Amazon has been willing to explore having MGM content not be exclusive to Amazon Prime Video, which implies that even if Amazon did have some leverage, it could still have a home on Netflix. But that still isn't far-fetched. This deal, your premise that it leaving Netflix is far-fetched isn't far-fetched. It's in the realm of possibility. When you take into account Zaslav reevaluating their deals for Warner Brothers. Is anything going to happen? I don't know. When you take into account what they said, we'll look to make the most out of its library of content utilized before. The Independent story even notes that Amazon has been willing to explore having MGM content not be exclusive, but that's willing to explore. What is all their content? Well, they have some pretty big IPs. 007. Questions around Lord of the Rings. Addams Family. So, yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, and it's not that far-fetched of an idea to say, hey, we see how popular the show is. We want it for we want it for Amazon Prime. Not out of the realm of possibility, and obviously not that far-fetched to say, hey, this deal could go in. This deal could honestly just be bye-bye without knowing the premise of the deal and what was already hammered out. Because maybe the deal is, hey, you get 3 seasons, then we reevaluate it. Maybe the deal is every season we have to reevaluate. Who knows what the premise of the deal is? Well, obviously Netflix and Amazon do, but they're not talking. Much of the hand-wringing has to do with the fact that Netflix hasn't renewed Wednesday just yet, even though showrunners are already scouting locations and planning for a second season. But none of those factors should cause you to jump to conclusions. Well, we are jumping to conclusions. We're wondering because, like I went over yesterday. Yesterday, yeah. You had Wednesday in the top 10, and the number 1 spot for at least 5 weeks in a row, possibly 6 weeks in a row. I haven't checked today if the Netflix has finally updated those numbers. It's been top for 6 weeks. It took down several high-powered shows. So, yeah, we're questioning why is this show that's so popular is in number 1 for several weeks on end, hasn't gotten a season 2 announced yet. Why hasn't Cobra Kai gotten the season 6, season 7, whatever season it's on, announced yet? But shockingly enough, Neil Gaiman's Sandman with 200 million views total, hours watched total, gets a season renewal in November. Didn't know that was actually official. I thought they were going to wait to finalize it and officialize it after their whole Netflix pay-to-play program, where their ad tier program is coming into effect, because that's a huge thing to wonder about, because that's one of the premises that Zaslav's looking at. Hey, they're about to do an ad tier and make a whole lot more money off of our stuff. We're about to do an ad tier. My understanding is Amazon doesn't need an ad tier, but I think they have an ad tier technically. I could be getting that part wrong. but they could get an ad tier. Everybody could get an ad tier now because streaming services kind of became a scam. Streaming services are just becoming cable TV again. Instead of cable TV where you pay for a package, you're paying several different streaming platforms just to watch maybe a few shows here or there. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for Amazon Prime to say, hey, this show's really popular and Netflix is making a lot of money off of an IP that's technically ours. Why don't we just put it on our platform, technically save some money, and make some more money off of it, and not having to go through a middleman? Not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, you say it yourself here. Obviously, a show jumping ship from one linear TV network to another, or from one streamer to another, is not completely unprecedented. You said it yourself. It is not as far-fetched as you so claim, IndieWire. Now, there's some good questions here. You get, and there's valid questions here, and I was about to go into all this stuff where basically, Netflix Wednesday has been top dog now for 5, maybe 6 weeks, and it's kicked out of a lot of people out of the top spots. That's very impressive. Let's not deny it. That is uber impressive. I mean, for crying out loud, I love the example they gave. Yeah, it was behind Stranger Things and Squid Games, but it kicked Monster, the Dahmer story, out. It kicked the Jeffrey Dahmer story out of top spot, and now Wednesday's in that spot. So again, it's not out of the realm of possibility for Amazon to say, hey, that's our property. Why don't we capitalize on our own property? Who knows? Again, for all I know, it's got to stay there. I don't know what the premise of the deal is. With all that being said, guys, actually, before I end, it kind of looks like we're about to have a massive streaming war on our hand between HBO, Warner Brothers Discovery, possibly Amazon, and Netflix. We're about to have some interesting streaming information going on. And I'm here for it. But let me get you guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. Do you think Wednesday might change? And what are your thoughts on the upcoming possible streaming wars we're about to see? Probably going to be a bloodbath, let's be real. Everybody's going to be shoring up content like has been predicted for a while now. And let me get your thoughts on all that. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video, go live. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.